what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world and keep the sky on your mind.
Hello there. Welcome to another stream. And here we go. Welcome to another stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. All right. So yeah, welcome to another stream. Let me see if I need to get some things set up here. Let's see, do I need to get some things set up here? Should we use head tracking today is a big question. That is a big question. I don't have any Wi-Fi available at the moment for some reason. Okay, let me set up some head tracking here just so we can enjoy that just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up head tracking. Give me a second. Give me un secondo. I don't think that's correct, but you get what I mean. Give me a second here. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Do that. Oh no, that's incorrect. Give me a second. Once again, I'm gonna press that. I am going to press that. Then I'm gonna press that. Let's see if that works. Okay, it apparently does work. Okay, we've got head tracking. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's live stream with head tracking included. Is there anybody actually in the chat? No, there isn't. Okay, I'm not gonna wait too much because there's nobody in the chat anyway. So yeah, today we'll be flying the PMDG 777 from Dubai to Doha. As you can see, it's a very beautiful aircraft. Very beautiful aircraft. It is definitely my favorite airliner. Not the PMDG part, just the 777 part, if you know what I mean. It is definitely my favorite airliner to be flying. PMDG have done a decent job, but I'm looking forward to getting my hands on the Flight Factor 777. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on the Flight Factor 777 instead of our PMDG here. Okay, but it's not too bad at all. I like it quite a bit. It does have some weird issues that piss me off. Like anytime I come in the 777, there are these random articles that are literally in the aircraft and I have to skew the aircraft. Like these stairs were inside the engine when they spawned, so that's something that pisses me off. I'm sure I can disable some of the stuff from the FMC there, but yeah, beautiful aircraft here. If we take a look at the details, it is decent enough. Obviously it's not to the level of Phoenix or even Inibil's for that matter, but Inibil's is another story that I don't want to begin with. Still, very good level of detailing. Look at that. That is amazing. Right? That is brilliant. You can literally read the labels and stickers on it. That is some crazy stuff. So I'm not complaining at all. This is more than sufficient to enjoy this aircraft very well. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I would say this is just as good as the other ones like Inibil's and stuff. I mean, I don't see much of a difference. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Okay. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, wonderful. All right, given all of this information, let's go ahead and begin our journey today. Our journey today is very simple. We're taking a very classic route here on the channel, that is flying from Dubai to Doha, and then we'll see what we feel like doing. I usually only ever do one flights, so I'm not gonna, don't get your hopes up for another flight if there's anybody watching this. Usually I only do one flight, and here we are in Dubai, which for some reason is displaying kind of weird here. Oh yeah, you guys can't see that yet. Little nav map opened up right there. We are in Dubai. We're gonna fly out of runway 12 and 12R, I believe. Yeah, we're running out. We're taking off from runway 12R, and then we're gonna perform a little U-turn there, head over the water on towards Doha here, where we have inbuilt scenery for Doha and Hamad International as well. So we're gonna come in using the ILS, land here in Doha, and then we'll see what we feel like doing. All right. It's a short flight. There should be about 40 minutes or so. Yep, 47 minutes of flight time. This is a route that I've performed several times here on the channel and numerous times outside of videos and stuff. This is my classic training route that I use for any new aircrafts, any new airliners at least, as well as the Dubai to Muscat route here as well. So that's something there as well. Okay, I'm just going to put that away. Okay, let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's come down here to the tablet. Let's go to our electronic flight bag and request our route from SimBrief. Dishant. Captain, how do you get the countdown timer for your stream? There is a website called Stream Elements. In fact, I have a bot running for Stream Elements in my chat as well. It's not very active, but there is a website called Stream Elements. And from Stream Elements, you can make these custom overlays. It is an overlay in Stream Elements. And then you link it to your broadcasting software, which I use OBS, and that's how I get the countdown. And I've put a custom image as the background. And there you go. You can make any sort of overlay you want. So it's just an overlay from Stream Elements. Go check out streamelements.com. Alrighty. So we've got our route here. Once again, if we want to take a look at that, we can do that right here. Very simple route today into Doha. Obviously, the ILS doesn't show up, but we're going to tune into the ILS, so don't worry about that. Let's have a look at our performance tool here. Let's see. Runway. We are taking off from 12 right. That's looking good. Let's take that from the OFP. We won't import it from the aircraft just yet because we haven't loaded the aircraft. So we'll do this in a bit. Ground operations. Ground connections. We've got a bunch of stuff here. I'm going to use GSX today to board and all that good stuff. So let's go to GSX. Let me say operate jetway. Let's see if that works. There we go. We've got our jetway connecting up here, which is wonderful. At least we know that works. Got an Air Canada next to us. That is strange. Why is the traffic here so poor today? Doesn't make any sense. We've got very poor traffic here in Dubai International. This traffic injection is terrible. I don't know what is causing this, but it's not what it's supposed to look like anyway. All right, down here we've got our attachment successful. Kinda successful. It looks a bit odd. Oh yeah, there we go. I've got that issue again where the jetway is not going to connect. I'm really beginning to hate 2024, man. I really am. There's so many things wrong with this. We invested so much money into it and it still works like garbage sometimes. Look at this. Look at that frame rate right there. I don't even understand what I could possibly do. It's just stupid. It's really stupid. Anyway. My frame rates, look at that. It's literally telling me that resource usage. What do you mean resource usage? What do you mean resource usage? There should be none of that issue here. I don't know what's going on. I really have no idea what's going on. Something is wrong with this. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the way I've connected the head tracking perhaps, but for the past few days I've been having issues with 2024. Anyway, I'm just gonna look past that and try and... Oh, come on. This is beginning to piss me off. Okay. Let me see. You're welcome, Dishant. Let me stop our head tracking for a second. Okay. It's frozen completely now. Yeah, there you go. 2024 is frozen. Yep. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this simulator, man. And it's only when I try and stream. At other times, everything works perfectly. It doesn't make any sense. I've had enough of this foolish simulator. Okay, let me just quit it. I'm gonna have to quit this here. Oh, gosh. There we go. Sorry about that. I had to quit that thing. Oh, fine. Let me try that again. Let me try launching 2024 again, but there is clearly something wrong with this damn thing. I don't know what it is because I haven't done anything. All right, just waiting for that to load up. Yeah, we're just waiting for the simulator to load up now. And if it still gives us issues, I'm just going to jump over to Explain 12. Which I realize I can't really launch at the moment. That's going to be a pain. Okay. Okay.
FS Realistic connected.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Freaking Windows has decided to, for some reason, act crazy. So I don't know what the hell it wants me to do now. Oh, God. I'm really sick of this. Okay. Let me go ahead and see what I can do about what's going on here. Energy recommendations. Man, shut up with your energy recommendations. Ain't nobody give it. What is all of this? Oh, for the love of God. Don't tell me it's on power saving mode or something like that. Oh, come on. Oh, this is such a pain. This is such a pain. Give me a second, guys, because for some reason, it's not exactly recognizing my GPU at the moment. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Oh, God. It's running on the integrated Intel graphics. Now we're back. Now we're back. There we go. What the hell? Okay, whatever. Let's try and do this again, shall we? Let's try and do this again. Okay. So here we are. We're supposed to take off from runway what? 12R. I'm gonna put ourselves right here. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Mr. 2024. Oh gosh. Okay. Whatever. Let's see if it works. I'm not so positive about it, but let's see if it works. Okay, I'm just gonna jump in and get ourselves started up as quickly as possible. So sorry about all of that. It's been 20 minutes into the stream and we're just about getting started. So, oh my God, there's that. What the oh. And there we go. Look at where we get spawned in. Again, I don't understand. And the performance is still terrible. I don't know what's going on. I really have no idea what's going on, guys. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do. I should have probably restarted the PC. Yeah, I should have probably restarted the PC. It's been on sleep for a while. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Anywho, I'm gonna have to slew this thing. Wait. We're stuck? No. I'm gonna have to slew this thing back. Okay. Yeah, I think it's because I've been on sleep for so long. I need to stop putting my PC to sleep. It does something weird. Okay, there we go. I'm going to leave it here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to try and agitate this as little as possible until we get off the ground for today, because that sleep was a terrible option. I should have probably restarted my PC before the stream. I apologize. But anyway, let's just see how far we can get with this particular setup here. Electronic flight bag, download that. Let's see. Let's quickly go through that. Performance tool and whatever. Let me go ahead, go to GSX. Let's go ahead and operate the jetway, please. Thank you very much. Jetway is being operated. That's working well. Brilliant. Let's go ahead and energize our aircraft here. Battery on, please. External powers and all that stuff on. Nav lights are on. Emergency lights can come to armed there. No smoking signs and all that good stuff can come in. Let's put our ADI-RU on. All the passenger utilities and all that stuff can be powered on now. Everything else here is looking good. We can turn on the window heats, but I'm going to wait for a little bit longer before we do that. It's a hot day outside. We're in Dubai. We definitely don't need window heats to be on at the moment. So we're just waiting for our screens to power up here. And if I'm feeling a bit adventurous, which I am, let me go ahead and take a look outside. Okay, that's much better traffic injection this time, by the way. At least we got some Emirates aircraft around us, some A380s, which we should have at this particular point. That is brilliant. Okay, there we go. That's much better traffic injection going on. I'm being a little slow on purpose here. I don't want to cause any more issues. I do think that it's the combination of sleep and head tracking going on. The head tracking, I'm using USB method to connect rather than the Wi-Fi method. So yeah, that is the reason why we're having that issue. Let's see. Okay, head tracking is on now. Okay, and we've got... It's doing all right. It's not the best in the world, but it's doing okay. Okay, good. Brilliant. Okay, I'm pretty sure that we have begun startup there. So let's go ahead and see what we are looking like on the inside of the screen there. Oh, good Lord, we haven't really gotten anything going. FMC. Nav data out of whatever. Okay, clear all of that. Oh, for the love of God, what is going on? What is going on? Does it take this long for screens to boot up? It does, right? Yeah, we're booting it up now. I tend to forget every time I take a break from flying a particular model. Anyway, we're in now. Let's go to our FMC. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and request boarding here. Okay, hopefully that worked. Yeah, it's worked. Let me go outside, have a look. Will the cargo doors open by themselves? They should. Ideally, they should. Come on, Mr. Cargo Door. Okay, there we go. We're looking all right here. Let's jump back into the cockpit and we'll get our FMC started up. Position initialization. Gonna go ahead and pick that up from our GPS. I'm gonna put that in, okay? There we go. Reference airport for the day is OMDB. Put that in. Let's go to the route. OMDB. Let's put that in. OOM. No, that's not correct. OTHH. Put that in. Okay, we're gonna request our route from SimBrief. And we're gonna set that payload from there. We're gonna set that fuel from there. We're gonna select the route. And route is being requested at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the route is done there. Let's press activate for that. Let's execute that. Let's clear all these messages. And we've got all of that. Oh wait, we need to load it first. I keep forgetting. Okay, let's go to our performance initialization. Before we do, actually, I've completely forgotten. That threw me off a little bit. Let me go back. Let me go back to the route here. Let me request the route again, just to avoid any issues. I'm gonna set the payload, set the fuel, select the route. Route requesting. I need to press load here first. I forgot about that. I got all sorts of buffoons all around me. So if you guys hear a bunch of noise during the stream, just a bunch of kids doing dumb stuff. Anyway, load there. Route is loading. Brilliant. That's going on. Still going on. Still waiting. Oh, for the love of God. Still waiting. Ah, there we go. Activate. Execute. And we've got all that. That's fantastic. Good. Departure arrival. Let's see. What are we departing out of today? 12R. What kind of departure are we using today out of... OMDB here. So let's have a look at that. We are going to use Nabi 3 Golf. So let's look for Nabi 3 Golf. There it is. And we are going to execute that. Let's go back. Let's look at our arrival today into OTHH, Hamad International, which is going to be using runway 34R. So we want to use the ILS system for that. And we're going to use Tosna 1 Victor. Is it Victor? Uniform Victor, right? Yeah, it's Victor. Tosna 1 Victor is what we're going with. Transition at Lagma. I don't know about that. I'm just going to execute that. Let's go to the legs. Have a look at it. Astis DB41 and all the way till Nabix is our departure procedure there. From there, we are going to follow an airway to Oxari. So let's look for Oxari. Is Oxari here? Oxari, there it is. There's Oxari. From Oxari, it's another waypoint to Tosna. Do we see Tosna? I do not see Tosna. Where is Tosna? Oh, there's Tosna. Brilliant. Then from there, we are using the Tosan one, which is right here. And then we've got vectors into the ILS, which is Latso, Bosup. And there we go. We're looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to our performance initialization data here. We're going to accept the stuff from SimBrief. We're going to put in our zero fuel weight. Flight cruising is 26,000. Now, I believe, if I'm not wrong, passengers have begun loading, right? There we go. We got passengers loading, which means we need to provide them with some air conditioning. Otherwise, they're going to start complaining and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start our APU here. And PAX and APU bleed are already on, so that should automatically take care of any air conditioning. So let's let that happen. Quick look outside at the cargo loading process, which I always like to see. Looking good here. We're not calling refueling today, although we've already loaded the fuel in. GSX doesn't work as well with PMDG stuff as it does with, let's say, Phoenix. It's just, I don't know when they're going to fix that. Or if it's just me and the way I'm doing things. But as you can see, Ground services don't work with the 777 in 2024. At least not for me. They don't work as well. In 2020, I don't have an issue. But here I do. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay, so here we are. We've got all of that. Okay, let's go to thrust limit. How are we flying this today? Let's use the performance calculator here. So let's choose runway 12R. That's fantastic. Let's import from the aircraft. Rather, import from OFP, import from aircraft. What is the difference? Okay, there's a significant difference there. So I'm going to leave it as the aircraft there. Import the weather. Calculate. What do we have? We've got acceleration height 1500, flaps 5. All this stuff here. Let's input stuff into the FMC, shall we? So for takeoff, what are we using today? Are we derating our thrust? Yes, we are. We are doing 2. Okay, so we've got all of that stuff. Outside air temperature today is actually supposed to be, what is the temperature? Temperature 39. Okay, that's correct. That's fine. We're not flying with the APU, are we? APU is off. Yeah, I think APU is okay. Take off there. Flaps 5. Let's go to the next page here. We need to input some wind information first. So 119 is the runway heading. Wind, okay, fine. 07 knots. Okay. I'm gonna put 0/7 knots. That is slope for today. It is supposed to be, runway slope is 0.42. Oh, that's significant. Reference AOT, I'm gonna put 39. There you go. Previous page. Center of gravity, I don't know what the center of gravity is. It's 29 degrees, is that correct? Yes, it is. That is correct. Trim at 5. We've got these settings here. I'm going to confirm them right there. Takeoff gross weight is supposed to be estimated at 476,880. I would say it's more like 476. So I'm going to put it here. 476. Clear that. Thank you very much. Confirm those speeds again. And clear that. Okay, we've got all of that information set in here correctly. Now if we move, there's nothing further. Let's go back to our legs page. We've got VNAV available right there, and we are looking good, ladies and gentlemen, without any discontinuities, and that is what I like to see. If we come here, we can use the progress page, and still boarding, right? Yep, still boarding. That's going on. That's fantastic. We can take a look at the cabin, can't we? Let's check our local pressure for today. It is 29.77, 101,008 HPA. That sounds about right. Flight director on, cruising altitude 26,000 feet is what the FMC said at least. Now let's go to 22. Let's go to 22. Okay, so we're gonna go to 22. Our speed here, what is our speed here? Let's have a look. It said V175. Let's do 175. 175, 180. We'll do 180. So let's do 180 here. Okay, I'll do 180. LNAV, VNAV. Heading should be in the correct one. Runway heading is given here as well. It's 119. So I'm going to put 119 here. Let's go 119. 119. There we go. Perfect. That is runway heading. So we're done with all of this. That is good stuff. Let's head into the cabin and have a look at what's going on there. Here we are. Beautiful cabin of the 777. Passengers loading here. Obviously, this livery does not have a cabin. That's terrible. I wish it had a cabin. We don't have the Emirates cabin here. Well, we kind of do. We've got some stuff going on, but yeah, we got the ICE entertainment system loaded up here, but we don't have the actual cabin of Emirates, do we? No, That sucks. Anyway, just gonna take a look at the window views here. That looks great. That looks great. Look at that, looking lovely. Let's take a look at that dash there. Sorry. Taking a look at the dash there. That looks great too. All right. All of this sounds great. We're just waiting for boarding to finish up and then we can get ourselves out of here. Okay. These doors are open at the moment. I'm going to leave them open. Let me come down here, go to ground operations, make sure our parking brake is on, which it is now. And I'm going to release the chocks here. Okay. Remove the chocks. Did that work? Remove the chocks. Oh, for the love of God. I have no idea if that worked. Okay, release the ground power. Remove the chocks. There we go. That's better. Okay, we're on APU. Let's go ahead and take a look at our checklist for today. Oxygen test. We need to do that. I'm going to assume all the oxygens work. Screw it. Got flight instruments. Everything there works. Let's move on. Flight door closed. Takeoff speeds are done. That is done. CDU pre-flight and all of that. No, we haven't set the trim. That's fine. Okay, we'll... yeah, that's perfectly fine with me. We're going to press this. There we go. I love this view right here. So waiting for boarding to finish up. And apart from that, I don't think there's much for us to do here. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, come on now. Board a little faster, would you? There we go. Got our passengers boarding. So wait for that to kind of finish up here. Spending quite a bit of fuel on APU, but that's okay. All right. The scenery hasn't loaded in properly. Look at that. The ads are not showing it. What is going on today? I really should have restarted my PC before starting the stream. Once again, I apologize about it. We got... Okay, so it's loaded in at every other gate apart from the gate that we're at. Okay, there we go. We've got some issues here. Let me take a look at Task Manager, see what's going on with the GPU. What is going on with the GPU? Yeah, it's at high utilization, but it's nothing too terrible. We've got traffic injection, we got everything going the way it is. It's using close to... I can't believe this. All this is using 21 GBs of VRAM. That's crazy. That is absolutely nuts. And an additional 3.5 shared GPU memory is also being used. So we're talking about a lot of memory usage right now. That is nuts. That is absolutely bananas. And we... Oh my gosh. This game is just something else. Okay. I don't want to call it a flight simulator per se because... Okay, there we go. I think we're done with that boarding process there. Let me go ahead to GSX here. Oh no, boarding process isn't complete. So why are we seeing no more passengers here? I don't know. Je ne don't know pas. Okay, I'm just gonna wait. There's nothing else we can do. Alright, I've been looking at ways to introduce a poll into the live stream. I want to put one up that all my viewers from everywhere can participate in at the same time. So that you guys can choose the aircrafts and routes and stuff like that for the coming streams and what you'd like to see in videos and all that stuff. So I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that. Okay. I think this is good enough. I think we should have finished boarding process by now. Even if we haven't, I'm just going to go ahead and press this. Prepare for pushback and departure in advance. So that as soon as the boarding is finished, we'll start cleaning up our aircraft. Oh, good lord. I hate this scenery. Okay, there we go. Our doors have begun closing. and things have begun moving in place. Our jetway is being disconnected, which is all great news for us. I really dislike this scenery. This is the default scenery from Microsoft Flight Sim for Dubai Airport, by the way. It is terrible. It is terrible. Okay, so there we go. We've got all that good stuff going on. Pretty much ready here. Kundai. What game is this? This is Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Okay, still waiting on stuff here, which doesn't seem to be happening at the moment. So we need a pitch trim of 5, so we need to set that as soon as our hydraulic power is available to us. There we go. So lower that. How long is the flight? This flight is only 47 minutes. We're flying from Dubai to Doha. That will only take us 47 minutes. Yeah, block time of about an hour. Well, unfortunately, we had some issues with the simulator. Let's... Oh, I have no idea whether it's facing east. Let's do facing east. Okay, we're going to release that parking brake there, if it will let me. There we go. Let's go ahead and turn on our beacon lights. Let's go ahead and turn all the electric stuff on. Pushback has begun. So auto, 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 auto. Let's put window heats to on now. Let's get our fuel pumps there running. Let's go ahead and start up our engine number 1. So if we come here, we can... Oh, gosh. There we go. Engine number 1 starting up. 15%. We're going to flick that open. And we're going to wait for things to happen here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Is it 47 minutes game time or real time? There is no separate game time and real time in Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator, or any simulator for that matter, it's just real time. However, you can fast forward real time if you like. So technically, I guess you could use that as game time. But yeah, it's 47 minutes real time. We can fast forward it and make it about 10 minutes flight time. If we wanted to do that, which I might if I don't have much to talk about during cruise, but otherwise it's a short flight. Hope that makes sense. We've got something here. The engine starting up. Good. Let's do the same with engine number 2 on the other side. Let's go ahead, start engines. Okay, there we go. Looking good. We're supposed to face the other way, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna flick that open. Come here. We've got something called rate selector right here, and it will let us increase the speed of the game. So yeah, okay. Engine number 2 starting up. Setting parking brake. Hopefully that worked. Did it work? Yes, it did. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and drop our flaps here as well to position number 5. So let's do that. Just making sure it's actually position number... Oh, we've gone to 15. We need to go to position number 5. There we go. Very nice flap actuator sounds there. We got pushback disconnected right there. We've got our pushback lady right there. She needs to wave to us, marshal us off. Or has she already waved and we missed it? I have no idea. Oh, there she goes. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you very much for the pushback. We out of here. Alright, so let's set our trim here. Are you a pilot in real life? I don't understand how you know all the controls. Kundai, I think you're new to the world of flight simulation. There are lots of people out there like me, mate, who do flight simulation as a hobby, as a fun little thing to do, as a source of income, whatever you call it. There's a lot of people who do this for various reasons. So yeah, I'm just a flight simmer. I'm not a pilot in real life. How do I know what to do and stuff? Well, I've been doing this at this point for a long time. So yeah, you know, I have an interest in aviation, so I went and studied it by myself. That's how I basically know the controls. Although for full disclosure, I do have a couple of degrees in aviation as well. That helps, but it's mostly out of my own interest. So yeah, that's what it is. But I'm not a pilot in real life. And the things I'm doing right now aren't exactly according to real life procedures. Obviously, I want to cut down some of the stuff to get us quicker out of here. You know, so that's that's the reason why. But yes, it's quite similar. It's quite similar. If you're interested by this, welcome to the world of flight sim. And yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and set our pitch trim here, which is going to be, pitch trim is 5, if I remember correctly. Yep, that's 5 right there. So we're gonna set it right here at 5. So let's go ahead and set it at position number 5. There we go. So 4, 6, 5 is right here. Perfect. That is done, ladies and gentlemen. Our flaps is set. We need to set our auto brake to rejected takeoff right there. We are pretty much ready to roll on out of here. We just need to get our taxi lights on. Now, I did push back the wrong way, didn't I? Because the runway 12R is right here. And we are facing the opposite direction. So to fix that, from what I'm seeing, there isn't a lot of room to turn around per se, but we can make a turn right here and we can head in this way. So that is an error that I've made. I was expecting it to ask me which direction I want the nose to turn in, but that's not what happened. And that's why we're here. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Excellent. We got taxi light on. Make sure that our freaking what do you call it? The TCAS is not in open and on here. All right. What else? Weather radar. Does weather radar work on this? I think it does, right? I'm not sure if it does. Yeah, it does work. We're going to leave that off for the time being. We'll turn it on as we come in to taxi. Okay, all that said, let's go ahead, release the parking brake. Okay, I don't know if releasing parking brake worked there. Let me try that again. No, it didn't. That's the reason. Okay, there we go. Now we should start rolling now. There we go. Gently rolling. Let's begin turning our aircraft. I'm going to give it a little bit of positive thrust there. There we go. Let's turn this aircraft around. There we go. Looking good. And this is just because of the error we made in pushback. Otherwise, we wouldn't be making this U-turn right here, but we are. It's looking good though. Dubai is beautiful as always. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. We got the skyline of Dubai in the distance off there. That looks wonderful. That looks wonderful. Okay. All right. So we are pretty much ready to taxi. Let's go ahead back to the checklist here. Obviously, we did all of this. We did all of that. Let's move on. Anti-ice, we don't need to worry about a recall. Did we check our recall? We didn't check our recall. But we'll have a look at it. Where is the recall button anyway? Ah, there it is. Okay, that's fine. Flight controls. We need to check our flight controls. Where's the flight controls? Okay, let's select flight controls here. Let's check our flight controls. Make sure they're functioning. And yes, they are. Got Alt-8 there. Look at that, everything is doing as it should. There we go, rudder, we saw it work. That's great. We're good. We're good, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue on towards runway 12 right. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll continue on here. On our taxi. TCAS is off for the time being, that's fine. That is fine. Let's go back to our checklist. Flight controls, check, ground equipment, all that stuff is done. Before takeoff, flaps are done. So, there we go. We're ready with that. Okay, then it's after takeoff checklist, which we don't need to worry about at the moment. We can leave them on. Engines are looking fine. We don't need to worry about any of this. Okay, auto brake. APU is still running, so we need to shut that off. I don't want to keep the APU running. Do not want to keep the APU running. Do we have any other issues up here? No, everything is looking the way it should, which is good. Okay. What a beautiful looking aircraft this thing is, huh? Alright, we are continuing on our taxi. Just a little bit longer to go. I'll leave a little nav map on so you guys can actually see how much longer we've got going. We're taxiing along here. We're gonna turn off right here, so it's not long to go. Let's take a look at what the passenger is seeing there. Beautiful. Now head tracking is giving it a little bit more of that realistic. Yeah, look at that. That is really nice. Oh, off to this side now. Traffic FSLTL has not been functioning well in 2024. Does all sorts of weird stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. I'm not really worried too much about it though. The controls are way too sensitive. The usual issue I have with 2024 and rudder controls being too sensitive. I need to work on that. Is the frame rate better now? Yeah, it is better. Slightly better, not by much. Yeah, not by much. Okay, we have approached the end of the runway pretty much. So let's go ahead and turn off right here. So I'm going to jump back into the cockpit and prepare to turn into the runway for takeoff. We're not going to hold short today. We're just going to go ahead with the takeoff. TCAS. I'm going to go ahead and set TCAS to TARA in advance. Probably not what you should do, but I am going to do that anyway. Weather radar, I'm going to turn that on. Lights. Just wait for the turn off to turn on the lights there. We are ready to go. Alt 0. Yeah, we do have an Alt 0 view there. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's make that turn. Let's make that turn. There we go. Strobe lights on. Takeoff lights on. Taxi light off. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Let me clean that up for you guys so you can enjoy takeoff a little bit better there. All right, we are go for takeoff. We are go for takeoff. Okay. Ready? $80 knots, 100 knots, rotate, okay, gear up, put that up. What just happened? Something just went down with my stream just there. That is not cool. Okay, there we go. Hello there, how are you doing, Ace Gamer? 777. Okay, we're turning around. I don't know what happened with my connection right there. There was a little bit of a hiccup there. But we're back. We're back and everything seems to be working now. There we go. Okay, climbing through. Don't know what's going on today. Everything is going wrong today, huh? There we go. Beautiful Dubai right there. We're leaving it behind. Looking good. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Glad to have you on board. Glad to have you on board. Ace Gamer, I'm a citizen of the world, as they put it. Whatever the hell that means, man. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, we're looking good here. We need to... Oh, that is too good to skip away to the cockpit at the moment. That is a good view right there. Look at that. I have to say that is just absolutely brilliant. I love the cabin views here for the PMDG 777. It's beautiful. Okay, head back into the cockpit here. We're passing through 7,000 feet. Passenger signs are still on. Everything else in the cockpit is looking good. Auto brake has come to the off position. Flaps are fully up here. TCAS is looking good. Parking brake is off. Speed brake is stowed. You're a new pilot in Indigo. Indigo, right? Indigo, yeah. I'm just a new pilot in Indigo. What about you? Whoa, you're an actual pilot? You're a real life pilot? You're a real life pilot? That's really cool, man. If you're a real life pilot, that is really cool. I'm not a pilot, by the way. I'm not a real life pilot. Hold on, let me turn off the lights here at 10,000 feet. So there we go. We're going to turn that off. Every other light can remain on there. We've got beacon lights, nav lights. It's all looking good, just to make sure nothing is turned off. There we go. That's looking good. Okay, so let me know if you're actually a real life pilot. That is really cool, man. That's what you just said, right? I'm not a real life pilot, by the way. I am just an aviation enthusiast. Although I did study aviation, so that is my field of study, which I don't actually practice. Just saying. Just saying. You're gonna have to guess, man. You're a first officer. That is really cool. That is really cool. Welcome to the channel, man. Welcome on board. Hope to see you around here. You said, what do you fly again? Oh, you're asking me if I'm Indian, is that right? You're gonna have to guess, bro. You're gonna have to guess. I'm not big into discussing personal details on the stream, so you're gonna have to forgive me on that. You're gonna have to guess. Let's see. You get 3 shots. You get 3 guesses. That's all you get. I do play MSFS 2020. I fly A320 Neo. A320 Neo. Okay, which one do we have for that again? We need to switch. There we go. Let's switch to standard right there. We just passed our transition altitude, which is around 13,000 feet. Here, oh, it's linked as well. Okay, that's good. What else have we got going on? Let's increase the range out here. You say I'm Indian, all right. I fly an A320 Neo. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. How has it been so far for you? How long have you been flying it? Okay. I don't think we have anything else left to do in the cockpit here. Our after takeoff checklist is good here as well. Okay, let's go back to looking at our engines. And there we go. We're almost at our cruising altitude too. There isn't much to go. Yep, everything is looking fantastic. Let's take a cinematic gander at this. So let's switch to some cinematic stuff here. There we go. What did you say? I'm an Airbus pilot. My route is Qatar to Kolkata. Qatar to Kolkata. That is a good route. That is a long route for an A320. Well, not too terribly long, but it's still long. That is still long. That is still long. I did fly recently, didn't I? I flew from Muscat into India. That was a video I did. Unfortunately, that video did not do well. I'm calling Cap. FSDH. Welcome to the stream, Mr. FSDH. Here's a question for you, EaseGamer 777, because I don't have a lot of pilot friends. I have a lot of friends in aviation, but I don't have a lot of pilot friends. So I got a couple of questions for you. Right? Here's what I've got. What do you do while you're flying and you got nothing to do during cruise? What are you guys actually doing? That is a serious question I have. That is a question I need to ask a pilot. So, FSDH, do you think Is Gamer is lying? Do you think he's lying that he's a pilot? Is that what you say? Okay, so if we come up here, we're at our cruising altitude, 22,000 feet. Oh, forgot to show you guys some views here. Now, if you look, if we increase the range here, you'll see how short this particular flight is at the moment. Look at that. Top of descent is right here, so it's not long to go at all. So I'm gonna switch through some cinematic views here, and yeah, we'll kill time doing that. What did FSDH says? 100%. Okay, so Is Gamer, FSDH thinks you're lying. He doesn't think you're an actual pilot. Is Gamer says, I eat the foods. Okay, that's questionable. I eat the foods and sleep. I'm too lazy. What do you mean you sleep? What do you mean you sleep? You sleep during cruise? I don't think you can't do that. I don't think sleeping in the cockpit is part of the accepted behavior for any airline. I don't think that's true, man. I've landed one time and it was very hard. Was it direct from Kolkata to Qatar? Alright, so I guess we got a new mission. Is Gamer 777... Well, that's funny. Is Gamer 777 a pilot? Is Gamer 777 a pilot? That is the question that is being pondered upon in the chats here. I did believe you till you said you sleep in the cockpit. I don't think pilots sleep in the cockpit, man. Even during cruise, you cannot. I don't think so. FSDH is doing his research in the background. FSDH is doing his research in the background. Oh, things are getting hot. Is Gamer 777. Are you actual pilot? Yeah. As far as I know, as much as I don't have pilot friends myself, I've been in aviation for a while and I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to sleep in the cockpit. You can sleep in the cab, in the crew rest area, which is different for long haul flights, but you cannot sleep inside the cockpit. There is no such thing. If you do, that is a violation right there. And you should not be saying that out in public. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a little bit of a interesting approach to flying there. Where'd you go to, where'd you do your license for your piloting? Where'd you get your license from? Mr. Is Gamer, is there anything you can tell us? Wait, you said you fly the A320neo, right? I got an idea. I have an idea. If you fly the A320neo, you should be fairly familiar with the A320-200 as well. So if I throw that on here, you should be able to tell me a thing or two. And that it's the Phoenix A320, so it's so detailed. You'd be able to give me more direction on how to operate that thing, right? In theory. I mean, I'm asking. If you're down for that, we can do that. FSDH says, he said it's direct from Kolkata to Qatar. No pilot would list his city airport destination. He said it was a direct flight. Those do not exist. No airlines allow pilots to sleep in the cockpit. I agree with the fact that no airline allows pilots to sleep in the cockpit. That is 100% true. That is 100% true. He said it was a direct flight. Those do not exist. I don't know about that, but FSDH seems to have done the research right now. No pilot would list his city airport destination. Well, I think you can, FSDH, I think you can talk about previous flights. Like you can mention your previous departure and destination. That's all right. As long as it's not in your active roster, I don't think that's a big deal. And he didn't mention any of the airport. I mean, if he says Qatar and Kolkata, there are not many places you can go for airport options, but still. Does Kolkata have multiple airports? I know Qatar has two. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is interesting. Come on, he's Gamer 777. Tell us more. FSDH. I hear you. Well, he said he flies the A320neo. That's not cargo. No one's flying an A320neo cargo yet. I'm pretty positive about that. Pattern does not fit. All right. I like what FSDH is on to. He's Gamer 777. If you're actually a pilot, you wouldn't mind me throwing on the Phoenix A320 on one of these streams, right? And we could put that to the test. I mean, the difference between the Neo and the A320-200, you should be able to know quite a bit about it. So we can throw that on. Or if you want, we can throw in the fly-by-wire A320 Neo. And then you can tell us a thing or two about how to operate it properly. Which I don't know, by the way. So that would be a fun exercise. If you're down for that, Ease Gamer 777, that would be fun. Okay, let's take a look at the views here, and as usual, PMDG has garbage external views, apart from one, which is this, and this. There we go, we're leaving behind UAE, we're heading on towards Qatar. Not long to go on our flight, we are almost halfway through already, ladies and gentlemen. I just made you fool, bro. What the hell does that mean, He's Gamer 777? Oh, no. Don't try and backtrack. He's Gamer 777. You trying to backtrack. No. We caught you. That doesn't work, man. That doesn't work. Nah. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Don't pretend like it's a little gig you did that you're trying to joke around. No. That doesn't work. Yeah, you're not a pilot. That's for damn sure. We know that now. But I love aviation. Yeah, but why lie about being a pilot though? Why lie about being a pilot? Doesn't make any sense, man. That's not a joke. It's not. You are not trying to make a joke, were you? If you hadn't been called out right now, you'd have run with it. So that's not cool, man. Yeah, you are lying, we know. After you were called out. That is just stupid. That is just stupid. FSDH, you call that one. Well done, man. Well done. Well done to you, FSDH. Nah, East Gamer, you're not wriggling out of this one with anything. Nah, you are not in a mood of kind of cringe and none of that. Nah, man, I don't buy that. FSDH, do you buy that? I don't think so. But yeah, I was willing to let it go. I don't really care, People can say whatever they want, but you took it too far, man. You're making it worse. Is Gamer 777. But yeah, I appreciate you being on the stream nonetheless. Thank you for throwing in a little bit of life into the chat as well. I appreciate that. I don't buy that at all. You would have run with it. Yeah, I know. That's pretty good. That's pretty interesting. great, man. That's great. Nonetheless, I appreciate all of you being in the chat. EaseGamer777, thank you for tuning in. FSDH, thank you very much. Nice to have company while flying. Right, nice to. Unfortunately, this damn PMDG doesn't have a lot of views on the external, and I have no idea how to fix the external views if that's even possible for us. So that sucks. Nonetheless, not too terrible. Not too terrible. Look at that. We're not too far away from our destination airport either. Guys, feel free to let me know what aircraft or what airliner you want to see me fly next. Alright? And you can pick either the destination. Okay, so here's how it goes. You can either pick the airliner or the destination or the departure, but you can't pick all three. Or two. Pick any one of them and I can make it kind of work. Depends on whether there's scenery for it, but I can kind of make it work. So feel free to let me know. For now, we'll do it in the chat because I'm a small channel, obviously. But if I do get more and we grow, then I can set up a Discord for that. Or I can put in some polls and stuff on YouTube or Twitch or wherever you guys are watching it from, so that you guys can let me know. But for now, I guess all I can use is the chat. The chat. Okay. I love the cabin sounds, as I mentioned earlier. That just sounds really good. That does sound really, really good. Okay. So jump back into the cockpit here, take a look at what's going on. Top of descent coming up. There we go. Top of descent coming up. What does it say? Top of climb. Whoa. That makes no sense. What the heck? Why does it say top of climb here and then top of descent here? Top of climb? I don't know. Well, anyway. We seem to be doing alright. We seem to be doing alright. This is 20 nautical miles to top of descent. Since it's that, let's go ahead and see what we can do to put some data in here. No, sorry, not that. So we've got QNH, OTH, that's all good. Flap speed and stuff, we're gonna select that there. Okay, so that is fine. We don't have a landing page, do we? Reference at 137 knots. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Let's check that we are tuned into the correct frequency of the ILS there. It is 110.10 at 336 for the course. That is correct. We've got that tuned in automatically as well. So that's all done. Progress to OTHH. We've got 112 nautical miles to go to our destination. To top of climb, ignore this top of climb thing. That is not correct. Something wrong with that. We'll see our distance to top of descent shortly here, so we'll be fine. Okay. Oh yeah, we were supposed to select 26,000 feet according to this, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, we're supposed to be at 25,000 feet and stuff like that, but we stuck to 22. That's probably the reason why it's doing that. That's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. I'm just gonna continue normally and descend when top of descent comes up. It's that easy. It is that easy. Got some vectors here, as you can see, so we got to be careful as we come into fly there. And that, nothing much. Okay. Brilliant. Just open ocean around us. Ahead of us, we can already see Doha. There is landfall right there. There is Doha. And I believe the airport is, well, it's technically straight ahead of us, so it's somewhere here. It should be somewhere here. We're going to fly in this way, and then we're going to come in and land there. But it is straight ahead of us. Okay, making that turn, let me go ahead and ask descent to begin now. We're going to head down towards 2,000 feet as an initial right there. Okay, if it can begin descending, that is. Why has top of descent gone away now? Oh, I need to take a look at what's going on here. Has top of descent been updated to that? I think so, right? Unable cruise altitude. Yeah, okay, I know what to do. I know what to do. Index. Let's go. We can't change this now, can we? We can't change this now. This is the problem with flying so many aircrafts. You forget how to fly certain others. It hasn't even been that long since I flew this. I don't know if I can change this now. I forget how to change it. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and request some descent here. So let's begin our initial descent at 1,200. Let's do that right away. Actually, matter of fact, let's do 1,500. If I come in here to the legs, we can see that, yeah, we need to descend, and we need to descend down to 2,500 feet. So I guess we'll be manually descending now, pretty much. Let's just try and do that. Will VNAV work? No, it won't. It's actually not gonna work now because I've got the wrong thing set up in here and I don't know how to change it. I should be able to change it and I can't. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. So I'm not gonna bother with that too much. Just gonna go ahead. I should have caught that while we were setting up, but that's okay. There we go. We've begun our descent now. I'm gonna ignore VNAV path. Let's go down to 3,000 feet. Yeah, something like that. We still got a long way to go here. It's not like we are any sort of urgency there. We need to be at 3,000 feet, 8,000 feet at this particular point, at the waypoint of Eggnog, which is right here. We need to be at 8,000 feet. To accomplish that, we need to descend a little steeper. So let's go down at 2,000. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's try that. Let's go down at 2,000 feet. That's gonna take us down to 4 minutes. Yeah, it will take us down correctly. Yep. Is VNAV path going to work? There we go. VNAV path is going to work now, so we don't need to worry about adjusting it manually. That is brilliant. Excellent. Overspeeding a little bit. Well, not technically, but you know, kind of above what we need to be at, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright, there we go. We have got a good view of Doha right there. Hopefully the buildings will come into play with the draw distance. I believe that is OTHH. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that is OTHH, the airport where we're landing at. I've got scenery there. Got the Inibil's OTHH installed there. There seemed to be a very thin and low layer of clouds there. Okay, we seem to be... Yep, there we go. Very good. Very, very good. Let's go to our checklist. Descent checklist, recall. Notes, auto brake. We need to set that to 2. Landing data. Minimums. What are our minimums? Our minimums are going to be, I'm going to put radio, I always put 200 just for the sake of it. So I'm just going to go with 200 today as well. Radio altimeter of 200 is enough. Or if we can't see it by then, we have an issue today. No, not Barrow, sorry. Radio at 200, perfect. Approach briefing, well, it's done. Altimeters, we'll wait for that a little bit. Looking good. We need to get, there we go. Let's push that from standard and let's set the local pressure. It's apparently 29.77 here as well. Yeah, it's actually pretty similar. It's pretty similar. That's good. Altimeters are done. Speed brake armed. That is for landing, so we don't need to worry about that yet. Supposed to be at 8,000 feet. Looks like we're going to make that comfortably at the moment. Okay, we've got a couple of manual vectors, which I think I should skip, but I'll look at them closely when we are about to reach them. Very good. Are we about to pass under 10,000 feet here? Almost, almost. Speed should reduce now. It should. Okay. Okay, let me just put out the speed brake just to help us slow down. There we go. Okay, still slowing down here. Could try again. There we go, much better. There we go. There is Doha. Right there. Got some of the buildings up. That's part of the Emirates Doha package right there. We've got the Emirates Doha airport there as well. If I'm being honest, I would prefer to purchase a cheaper scenery. However, that being said, it is absolutely fantastic. So if you do fly into Doha a lot, if that's very important for you, which it is for me, that'll be fantastic. I believe that's our cabin ready chime there. There it is, cabin ready chime. Speed brake is stowed away. Should probably arm it. Landing gear flaps, we don't need to worry about that just yet. 8,000. Where is the vector? The vector is here. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. Let's take a look at the airport as we pass it there. Brilliant. Okay, what is FMC? Drag is required. Yes, it is. Let's give it a bit of drag. Give it a bit of drag. Completely forgot about that. 4,900 feet. We're heading on towards Muqsad. We're supposed to be 3,500 above 2,500. Okay, we're going to fly out just a little bit. And then we're going to come back into Lutzo, which should be... But reduce the range here. Muqsad is here. Lutzo should be... where is Lutzo? Ah, here. Why is it showing us landing from this direction? What on earth is going on today? Have I put the wrong arrival in here? I think I might have. Have I put the wrong arrival? This doesn't make any sense. We're supposed to toss in 1V into 34R. But... yeah, that is exactly what it is, but this is wrong. I don't know. I have an idea. At Lutzo... I have no idea. I'm a little bit confused by that. At Lutzo, we're supposed to be above 2,500, so I'm going to let this fly along here. And I'm going to go directly. I'm going to go directly to Lutzo. So we'll skip everything. Yeah, we're descending fine. So let me continue to descend, and then once I'm closer to 2,500, I will go ahead. I don't need any. Oh, come on. Really? Drag again? Let's do it quickly then. Come on. There we go. Speed has been reached. Okay, we can put our flaps down. Position 1. There we go. Okay, I don't see any movement on the flaps. I think that those are slats, my bad. Position 1 is just slats. I forget. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and request direct to Lutzo now. Let's execute that. We'll also get our approach mode turned on. Landing lights should have been on at 10,000 feet. I forgot to do that as well. Great. Sky dolly is running. Brilliant. Too many distractions going on today. Okay, strobe light is still on. All of the rest are still on. Passenger signs are still on. That's fine. We're pretty much ready here, apart from gear and our flaps. We'll put that to approach. We'll use this for reference for the time being. Put that center. Reduce that range. There we go. Okay, we're lining up with the airport there. We can see that. We should slow down to 193 momentarily. Lutzo coming up. 7 nautical miles. Glide slope is on top of us. Localizer is off to the left. We can see the diamonds right there. That is brilliant. We are ready. About to land, ladies and gentlemen. Sky dolly running. Replay available, hopefully. Yep, it is pretty much. Okay, as you can see, we haven't yet made that final turn onto the into the runway heading. We haven't made that yet. Look at that. We still got that little bit of a turn there. That's why the glide slope is off that side. So don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. At least we can see exactly where they are by engaging the approach mode in advance. So that's brilliant. I will be landing this manually, of course. Although I believe this is a Cat 3 ILS, if I'm not wrong. Let me double check that. Is it a Cat 3 ILS? Yes, it is. It is a Cat 3 ILS. Okay, so we're gonna land and find ourselves a little parking somewhere there. I don't know where, but we'll find one. Okay, we got a solid diamond here, but that I believe is the VNAV. Okay, let's put our flaps down now. Let's go. Flaps down. I believe we can do position 5. We can do 10 as well, so let's go down there as well. Let's do 15 actually. Yeah, let's do that. Flaps dropping. Looking good on the other side as well. Let's have a look here. Configuration gear. Oh yeah, we need to drop the gear. That's because we are at flaps 25. Ooh. Let's go outside, have a look at our gear dropping there. There we go. I thought I put it down to flaps 20. I had accidentally put it to flaps 25, and that's why we heard the gear warning there. Okay, brilliant. Let's go flaps 30 momentarily. As soon as we slow it down to landing speed, is supposed to be what? It's supposed to be 130 something, if I'm not wrong. 137. There you go. 137. So our reference speed. Oh, it's VREF. Oh, okay. It's VREF. Fine. I'll put 137.
2500.
I'll put right here. I put it at 140. Yeah, that's good enough. Dropping flaps. Putting down to 140 there. Okay, before a landing checklist complete, this is shutdown checklist. We can go back to engine for the time being. TCAS all set. Everything is looking good. I'm not worried about the squawk codes or any of that stuff. We're not using ATC today. It doesn't matter. Yeah, everything else is looking good. I believe it is. I'm gonna turn on my taxi light in advance here. Everything else should be in order. All right. Great. Here we go. We've got 1,700 feet on the radio altimeter at the moment. Coming into land. $1,600. $1,500. My aircraft. Oh, sorry. There we go. My aircraft. Aircraft is trimmed out well. Auto throttle is still running. I'm following the glide slope at the moment, more or less. Let's see how that goes. Off to the side of the runway, try and line up here slowly. Screw the traffic, I don't care. $500. Okay, a little bit of a crosswind there, that's okay.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Proceed.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Okay. Reverse. I don't know why reverse won't go any further than this for some reason, but apparently it's working. I don't know. That's an issue I have with PMDG, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse that. Auto brake is apparently working. It should be. Okay, there we go. Reverse. Okay, there we go. Pumping the brakes on that. Auto brake is off now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Doha. Welcome to Doha. Welcome to Doha. Okay, I'm gonna come here. Gonna hold short of the runway for a second here. Okay, let's put the flaps up. Let's put the spoilers back down. There we go, that's good. Let us give it a bit of positive thrust there. Turn off landing lights. Turn off strobe lights. Taxi lights can remain on. And we can start the APU. Okay. Welcome to Doha. We're going to take a look at the landing replays. Please don't go anywhere just yet. If you're watching this, we're about to take the landing replay and see how that went. But first of all, let's go ahead and find ourselves a little parking. Shall we do that? Shall we do that? Okay, here we are, Emirates Doha. Let's go ahead and find ourselves a little parking somewhere. There we go. Good. Auto brake should be off. Okay, spoilers, flaps, auto brake, lights, TCAS. Do that. I'm not really bothered with it, but still. Passenger sign still on there. APU is running, very good. Good. The weather system should be off now. Is it off? I have no idea. Can't tell. Okay, are we turning in here or the next one? Let's turn in the next turn there and find ourselves a little parking. Once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and take a look at the landing replay. The reason I can't do the landing replay before parking is because it's PMDG. If we try that, the brakes will overheat and potentially the aircraft will get stuck where we left it. That is a problem that I've had before. So, okay, let's go find ourselves a little parking there. We'll take one of these gates. Yeah, we'll take the gates today. It is a very hot day. I mean, it is usually hot here. This is Doha. So let's just go ahead and pump the brakes on that a little bit there. There we go. Let's take a look at the cabin right there. That's a beautiful view as we come in to park ourselves in at Doha. Look at those markings. They're looking really good. Where shall we park? Not next to the... Not this way. I think we'll just park somewhere here. It should be available to us. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Yep. All of these are heavy gates. We can go ahead and park in one of these. Obviously, we're not following the exact placement of where Emirates should park. Air Indonesia, is that Garuda Indonesia? I don't know what that is, but I did see Indonesia there. Yeah, it's Garuda. All right, let's go Garuda. Okay, let's park it in here. There we go. Much better. Okay, there we go. Let's continue here. 777 is supposed to go all the way up there. Since we don't have a marshallo, we can kind of check that out through here. There we go. Okay, let's head inside. Set the parking brake if I can. Can I set it? Yes, good. There we are. Beautiful. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Qatar, Doha, and or rather Doha, Qatar. But let's go ahead and check out the landing replay. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Oh my god. We got an issue. No replay available. Sky Dolly didn't work. So yeah, sometimes I have that issue with Sky Dolly and I have no idea how to make it work. Sometimes I have that issue. So unfortunately guys, we won't be having a landing replay, and that was a really good landing too. That sucks. That was a really good landing too. But unfortunately we're not gonna have a landing replay, and you know how Microsoft Flight Sim is. No built-in landing replay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that flight there. But before we wind it up, let's go ahead and shut down our engines here, because we got APU running as it is. Okay. Let's go to GSX and request our deboarding here. Okay, the jetway is not working. Oh, it is. Okay, it is. It is working. Here comes the jetway. There comes our deboarding stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Doha. And that was a fun flight for me. That was very interesting, very cool. Very, very cool. And I'm really happy that you guys came along. So yeah, I'm afraid we're gonna have to kind of leave it here, because ground power, no, we don't need it today. Okay, let's go back in here. Let's shut down some stuff here. Beacon lights, we don't need that. Taxi lights are off. Passenger signs can come off there. We can turn these two off right here. Off, 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 off. We can put our fuel pumps to off there. We can put these stuff to off for the time being. That can come off. That can come off. Whoa. Off right there. Window heats can come off. There we go. If we come to our checklist here, and all of this stuff, parking brake is already set. Weather radar is off, I believe. I have no idea. PAX. Now, PAX is the only other issue that we need to turn off here. So those two, that two, that two. These things still don't turn the PAX off, so I don't really know. Okay, so apparently we just need a ticket, so I didn't need to turn off all of this, but you know what, I'm just gonna leave them all off. What the hell. APU bleed off as well, since PAC is coming off. Okay, we're done with this. We're just gonna leave all of that off. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Doha. There we go. Before I come back here, there we go. What a beautiful scene here in Doha as we wind up today's stream. Look at that. That is a good looking airport, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a like. Consider subscribing to the channel. That was really, really fun. And I hope to catch you guys in the next stream. Do let me know if there's anything in particular you guys are looking for. With that, see ya soon. And have yourself a good day.